Shalom and good day, this is T-Healing29 back again for some DC and Marvel reviews. And as you can see here, I have Detective Comics issue 1087, Flash issue 11, and Vengeance of MoonKnight issue 7. I'll now get things organized for the first one that I'll be reviewing. So moving into first things first, in relation to the first Detective comic that I'll be covering. Does this cover in any way, shape, or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? Sure enough, it does, to which I give it a 7 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the area of the internal art as we have a look around the beginning, middle, and of course the end, and also what is happening story-wise with the characters. So as we start to move into the beginning, we see that there's quite a lot happening in Gotham right now, and we even get the appearance of Jim Gordon, Renee Montoya, and a couple of others. As we start to jump towards the middle of the story, we catch up with the character of Clayface, to which we also have Batman in the background there. And last but not least, towards the end, to which we get to catch up with Azrael, as along with Nightwing, and a couple others making their appearances. One thing I will actually give this issue, which I actually quite liked, is that it was actually one whole story with no backup story, so thank you very much for that, as I think it makes the story writing a little bit easier to do without having to worry with what's in the backup story. So for the internal art, I give it a 7 out of 10. Next is the area of the story rating. So first things first, did we get any comic references to anything of that might be important to this particular run, Care of V? No, we didn't. Because, I don't know, maybe he's gone stupid in the head. Maybe the editors have gone stupid in the head. Because there might be some interesting plot points that might be from previous issues that need to be shown and addressed in this issue. Next is the area of time, to which we got no indication as to when some of these things were taking place time-wise, though it would not hurt to include it. Next is the location, to which a lot of this is taking place in Gotham. And last but not least, the cast of characters consisting of Batman, Nightwing, Cassandra Cain, Renee Montoya, the Shadow Angels, Azrael, plus a couple of others, Mr. Freeze, Croc, Two-Face, and a couple of other characters. For the overall story rating in this, I give a 7 out of 10. I feel it's actually a slight improvement from some of the previous issues and stories that have been taking place. So now let's move on to issue 11 of The Flash by Simon Spurrier. So, as we move into issue 11 of The Flash by Simon Spurrier, does this cover in any way, shape, or form connect to something that is happening inside of the story? In some essence it does, but my overall rating for it is a 6.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the area of the internal art as we have a look around the beginning, middle, and of course the end, and also what is happening story-wise with the characters. So as the story begins, we catch up with a number of Flash family characters from Jay Garrick, Impulse, Max Mercury, and a whole list more that aren't that I'm unable to mention right now, but I can cover them later. Jumping into the middle of the story, to which we catch up with Max Mercury, and we finally get a little bit of closure as to what this I guess this bison that Max Mercury was talking about at the beginning of the run, or early of the run. And this is something that probably wouldn't hurt to include a comic reference to some of the previous issues, or one of the earliest issues in this run by Simon Spurrier. And last but not least, towards the end, which really feels like it really drops the ball in a very big way. So for the internal art, I give it a 5 out of 10. Now it's time to move in relation to the area of the story and its rating. So first things first, do we get any comic references considering how far we are in the story? No, we don't. Next is time. No indication at all. Next is location. No indication at all where everything is taking place. Talk about a way how to kill a story. This is how you do it. You get Simon Spurrier in. And last but not least, the cast of characters, at least something that still sort of holds up within the series. And that is the cast of characters. So we have Jay Garrick, Max Mercury, Wade West, Wallace West, Impulse, the Archangels. We have Jay and Irie West and Max Mercury, plus whoever else I might have missed. The overall story rating I give is a 5 out of 10. Now it's time to move into The Vengeance of MoonKnight issue 7. So last but not least, we have The Vengeance of MoonKnight issue 7. And starting off with first things first, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? In some essence it does, to which we do actually go to the world of Asgard. To which I give it a 7 out of 10. Now it's time to move in relation to the area of the internal art around the beginning, middle, and of course the end. So as the story begins, we catch up with Tigra and Hunter's Moon as they enter the area of Asgard, searching for, guess who, not only Khonshu, but also where Mark Spector might be. As we start to catch up around the middle of the story, we do encounter Khonshu in the area of Asgard as they go to look for him. And last but not least, towards the end, to which we do get a reunion with the original Moon Knight, along with Hunter's Moon and a couple of others, which is really nice to see. I feel that this is actually a big improvement from some of the previous that has been told in this story. So for the internal art, I give it a 7 out of 10. Now is the area of the story, considering how far we've gone, covered with the Moon Knight by Jed MacKay. Did we get any comic references? Sure enough, we didn't. Next is the area of time. We got no indication of time. Next is the locations that make an appearance, which is Asgard and also New York City. The cast of characters consisting of Moon Knight, Hunter's Moon, Tigra, Khonshu, and someone by the name of Rekka, which also comes off as a bit of a new character created by Jed MacKay. For the overall story writing, I give it, or storytelling, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.